This is Hanging with Hayes. This is Brandon and Zach.
No, I'm not allowed to talk to anybody with a white hat.
And why is that, Zachary?
It's quite a story. It's not like a story, but
Can you tell it?
huh? Can I tell it? Uh, your first job. Were you there? Yeah, you were there. We were on the bridge,
Okay.
and that one person from that city came out because we were having it because we had that the exposed water main pipe on the edge of the bridge on the side of the bridge. And we had that mechanical sleeve joint. Well, we filled up the line, and obviously the pipe expanded backwards, so the sleeve slid open. Well, there was only like an inch or whatever left of play, but it was like the hottest fucking day or whatever. So like technically, like the sleeve did its job, but like we still had like bare minimum play. Well, that one person came out with everybody else, and we were having a conversation, and I was fucking standing on the pipe, and that person was uh yelling, like not yelling out numbers, but like just spewing numbers out, like fucking off the top of the person's head, this and that, just fucking going on and on. And I'm like I'm standing on the pipe, and like I got my back towards them, and they're behind me, like one of the owners, my boss, like the workers, and like the inspector and shit like that. They're all behind me, and she just kept going off and on and on and on. I got tired of it. And I finally said, look, I was like, on your paper, yes, like this, like your numbers would be right. But here in reality, this is what we fucking have. And we're still within fucking tolerance. I was like, but in fucking La La Land, on your paperwork, it's fucking technically wrong in a sense, but yet it's still fucking right. You can tell me all the fucking numbers you want or whatever, but like reality is this is what we have, and we're still within the tolerance. So what do you want to do? You want to take all this fucking pipe out off the bridge, redig up both sides of the fucking bridge to what? Fucking reclose the fucking sleeve and then put it all back together, put fucking water in it to have it expand again. What the fuck you like? And like, I didn't say like all that, but I did say like here in reality land, I did say that.
I love it.
And like, but like, I said my piece. I got off the pipe, jumped the railing, walked towards the thing,
It's bad.
and just watched the guys have a meeting. And then the owner, my boss, and all of them, they came over and they started like, the owner was like, yeah, you probably shouldn't say anything to inspectors no more or whatever. Or my boss said that or some shit. But
I actually had
but like it's stupid. It's
Vacation.
it's within the spec. Leave it the fuck
the
alone.
inspector.
Just leave it the fuck alone. Yeah, but you're talking about that dumb fuck.
Do you want to talk about it?
I mean, I will.
We can cut it out.
No, I mean, it was just, everyone has like opinions on the inspectors there.
They don't know.
They go by the book. They don't go by what's right or what we do or what other companies do.
Yeah.
So
Like the fucking thrust box with that inspector, like he'll show you like on the print, like you got to build like a thrust block at the fittings and shit. But yet, when you build a thrust block, they'll probably meet standards, but they didn't have no standards for the thrust block.
no,
They nitpick the fuck out of
they
it.
nitpick because
And
they're going by the book.
Well, they couldn't fucking tell you exactly what they wanted, but yet they can nitpick the fuck out what you wanted. All it is a piece of fucking concrete behind a fucking 45.
I mean,
Leave it the fuck alone.
there was, right when I got there, they were like, well, he's had altercations, but this guy,
This
the
inspector?
owner, owner, like both two owners.
So he sounds like the common denominator.
Like, all right, like that saying, like you have that on the big job.
Yeah.
That is the big job.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Like that is like, yeah, that is the big job.
I mean, pretty much, I just literally told this kid, man, I'm like, listen to me. I said, I don't give a fuck what you literally, this is what I told him. I said, I don't care what you have to say. I don't care. You're slowing down what I'm doing, is what I told him. I said, you're slowing down what I'm doing. I said, I don't care what you have to say. I said, I'm putting sand on it, I'm burying it, and we're moving along. And then he instantly gets on the phone and goes back to his truck.
Oh,
Instantly.
he just
Comes
cried about
back and doesn't say anything.
And that was PG compared to my crew.
That was PG. Yeah. Well, that was PG in my sense.
Yeah. So you should have heard
Not really what.
you should have heard my crew talk to that guy. I was trying to hide my face
it. You?
because of fucking the guy in the hole.
Are you gonna talk about it? No. No. Anyway.
Yeah, no. We don't talk about those things, but very, very. What do I say? Say like. No, I can't.
No, it's safe to
I can't
say-
say anything good about
It's safe to say,
They're not your fave.
yeah.
Huh.
No,
it.
I can't.
You don't be nice to them. You can't.
Like, it's not necessarily like engineers stupid. The people that fucking can't read outside the fucking lines.
Yeah.
Like, if you get an engineer or like an inspector, like he's supposed to go by the book. But if he has like necessarily common sense and like he knows like when things need to be crucial and when things don't have to be necessarily crucial,
Yeah.
like I'll work with you if you work with me. Like if there's a middle ground that we can fucking find out, then great. Like then it's fucking fine.
See, we just adopted what's called risk tolerance at my job on the safety crew, and that's kind of trying to deal with where's the middle ground? How much risk are we willing to take? Does this job need full on risk assessment and full PPE, full safety stops, or can we tone it down a bit because it's not as critical at this point? And that,
Yeah,
you
like
know,
we got like
use your
necessary.
head.
Yeah, like we got that like throughout the company. Like the company as a safety aspect does great.
Yeah.
Like we have trench boxes, we got vests, we got gloves, we got safety glasses, whether the people fucking use it or not. You know, we have all the stuff, but we definitely use like trench boxes and like sheets and fucking
Ladders.
ladders, you know, stuff like that. When it comes to like safe risk to fucking reward or whatever, but like just like the engineering thing side of it is like those guys went by the book, but they couldn't tell you what the fucking book said. Like they'll show you an
Oh my
image of
God.
like what like the image of like say the 45s. They'll show you like the pipe and the 45 and the other pipe going out and stuff. And then like it needed to be like a thrust block and it was like
Yeah.
in quotations. Well, what do you want me to do for a thrust block? You want me to throw down fucking couple fucking bricks, block or two, or do you want me to fucking build this 4 foot long by 2 foot wide by 3 foot tall fucking frame and pour concrete in it? What do you want me to do?
Yeah.
And they couldn't tell you. But yet when we built this fucking frame, they had to fucking nitpick it.
So I'm gonna give you this awesome thing you can do when these guys are saying that shit. Tell them OSHA general guideline. Because OSHA general guideline states that you can take your own common sense with how much safety needs to be given to this aspect. And it's
Yeah.
vague. It's said very vaguely because it's up to the company and the workers.
Yeah, but
to
that's
do-
like safety aspect or whatever. But like this is like an actual like trying to get the thing done. Like there's like the safety's whatever. Now when it comes to like the fucking OSHA shit, like that's just a whole nother story.
Yes.
Like technically, if we're fucking like if people are 5 feet or higher or whatever on a thing, they need to be strapped to a fucking leash, and then they gotta have like that fuck. Then they gotta have the fucking extend the
Leash.
yeah. they gotta have the leash, and then they gotta have another thing from the leash to you or whatever, your harness. But yet, by the time you fucking fall to 5 feet, the thing hasn't even caught because your fucking strap and your cable's fucking 5 fucking feet.
We
Oh my God.
in Ocean 10
So like, fucking tell me that
Dirty
how
Jobs.
how the
Alright.
fuck does that work out?
Mike Rowe was talking about
Where you going?
when safety guy was like, you gotta be harnessed up, and she was only 5 or 4 feet off the ground, and he was like, dude, I'm only so far off the ground, and the guy goes, safety first, which safety first is a horrible saying. And Mike Rowe's like, dude, I'm 4 feet off the ground with 6 feet of cord.
Yeah.
Like, you got me hooked up, but it's doing nothing. And that's where, like,
But
the
that's
common sense.
But that's a whole nother OSHA fucking thing.
Yeah.
It's fucking stupid. Like OSHA and then like Mystic's a whole fucking thing that you'll never fucking figure out.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
It's fucking stupid.
I didn't really realize, like, when we run a lathe, we have guards on pinch points and turn points and stuff like that. So, like, when my headstock's spinning at, like,
Yeah.
200 plus RPM.
But yeah, you don't have a shield or
Want a
like
beer?
you gotta have it all open.
Well, they want it all closed. They want the
Right.
headstock closed. But sometimes, I got a shaft that's only 2 inches long, and I got to get in there and work on the head of a roll.
Yeah.
And if that safety shield is over the headstock,
Yeah.
I can't get in there.
Yeah.
And a lot of times that shield is more of a hindrance and a safety issue than it is as a helper. So, like, we'll leave them open, and I'm on the safety crew, but the safety people will be walking around, and after a while, they're like, they just stopped asking about it or telling us to shut them, because that OSHA general ruling is it's up to the company to decide how to run the safety.
Yeah.
And, there's no true guidelines for any of our jobs. You can't look into, Ultra Book and it tell you, hey, this is how it's done. This is what's written. You have to tell OSHA, this is our guidelines. And once you give them those guidelines, you better fucking follow them. Otherwise, it's a $15,000 fine.
Yeah.
And I found that also has helped with just time management on my lathe, where it's like, hey, this it's no good. They've been doing it for 80 years this way, but we
Right.
found other ways of doing it.
Mhm.
But
Things change in 80 years.
yeah,
Weird.
Yeah.
we actually have somebody in our safety office that's actually worked the shit.
Mhm.
I don't run away and tell them to fuck off like I've done all the other ones.
Yep. Yeah. I don't know. It's a fucking lose-lose situation.
Yeah.
No matter what way you fucking look at it.
What are some ways that you can deal with stress at work? And how to decompress?
Find a work husband.
What's your work husband?
Huh?
I said, what's your work husband's name?
The way the fuck I do it, I just tell people to fuck off.
Yeah.
I listen
If
to
they're fucking pissing me off and this and that, I tell them to fuck off and we'll go somewhere or whatever, and they walk away. And the next thing you know, when I'm feeling better, then we'll fucking.
I'm feeling better.
Otherwise, don't fucking talk to me.
That's everybody
Yeah.
in the shop knows. Don't talk to me. Don't come up to me if it's not work, like actually work related. Leave me the fuck alone. I'm listening to my audiobook.
Yeah.
You interrupt my audiobook for some dumb shit, you're gonna get yelled at.
For some dumb shit.
I've almost elbowed, like, I had this one dumb fuck.
A lot of
And
them. Yeah. Common.
I have Tourette's. I'm very jumpy as it is, and I always tell people, walk around where you're in my position, so that way I can see you before you say anything to me, because I'm gonna jump And if I jump, I'm either swinging at you, or if you're behind me, you're going to catch an elbow. He thought it was funny. And there was once or twice I tapped his nose before I pulled, just because he'd come up and be like, Kevin, real quick,
Yeah.
and
But like
I scream when I do it, so like I know that's why he thought it was funny. But dude, like
Mhm.
I'm in the middle of doing shit, I'm running away, I'm focused, and then you just come up and start talking to me. Yeah, I about hit my boss a couple times before he learned.
yeah, no, that's when you just fucking smack his ass.
Dude.
And blame it on your Tourette's.
Yeah. You have it. You got an excuse. You can
Yeah, no,
Roll with it.
fucking rail that motherfucker.
Sorry.
no, yeah, stress is just gonna.
How do
You'll
you?
have that every day.
I mean, decompressing though, because I
How do you?
I decompress. Or walking
Hold on.
away kind of thing. You know.
Let me read.
I do 20 minutes. Like I'll punch out, sit in my truck for 10, 15 minutes before I even get out of the drive,
Yeah,
drive.
my
Because
thing's
if I don't,
my thing's walking away, and then just having a little, even if it's 2, 3 minutes, time by myself,
Yeah.
quiet, getting in my lunchbox or whatever it is, just doing that thing, and then coming back and feeling better than what I did. That's my kind of thing. Just walking away. Because if I don't walk away, shit's gonna hit the fucking fan.
So I had this guy comment on one of my videos. Can you make a video that tells some of us emotionally, physically, and mentally exhausted men what can we do to transition from work to love or life? Most days it's automatic, but those days that it's not automatic, any advice?
quiet time in your vehicle
Yeah.
to decompress. That I think that has been my saving grace. Because there's times where I'm at work, and granted, not everybody deals with the same bullshit that I deal with. High school never ends.
Mhm.
And I have to decompress in the vehicle before I come home and I see anybody, because if I don't, then I'm gonna be angry. I'm just gonna be angry.
Mhm.
And then also, if you do have a loved one at home, like there's times like I won't come here and I'll go to Megan, and the first thing I do when I see Megan is I hug her. And it's not a quick hug, it's a minute to 2 minutes, because
I started making Zach do the 20-second hug.
yeah, it brings your heart rate down, it brings the stress down, you know, like there's a chemical change in your body, and it's the simplest thing, but
Mhm.
it changes your whole day, going from have a shit day at work and then you get a hug and you just embraced, and then you pull away and it's like, okay, what's going on?
Mhm.
Yeah.
It just changes your whole mindset right there.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing too is you like you're working an hour away from home, and then you drive home, and not because it's been a long day or it's been a long drive, right? You pull into your driveway, you shut the car off, and you sit there for 20 minutes,
Mhm.
right? Just to let your mind refresh. I
Yeah.
mean, literally, I do it more often than not. Literally, I literally sit in the driveway and I'm on my phone or whatever, and it's just like it's quiet.
Why
it's
are you
just
shaking your
relaxing.
head?
Because I don't fucking sit in a vehicle. I am completely different.
I love it. I will literally sit in my driveway for 15, 20 minutes, and I will just literally
I think a reason you
quiet.
don't do that is because I don't nag at you when you come in the door. Like a lot of men that comment on that.
People nagging.
No, I know, but I'm just saying, like in general, I did not mean that, but like a lot of
I mean, I
men.
don't have anybody at home. That's kind of
No.
so
You
nobody's nagging.
somebody, she's just not at your
She's
house.
not in my house.
Yeah, no, but a lot of the men that comment on my videos say that to me. Your husband's so lucky he doesn't have to sit in his vehicle and decompress. He could just come in the house and you're just fucking happy to see him. Hell yeah, I'm fucking happy to see him.
Yeah, but I don't know. Like for me, like I don't necessarily sit in the vehicle, but when I'm going on my way home, like I'll have like 100 conversations. not just to like me talking, but I'll have a conversation and I'll play like the other person and
Yeah.
I'll be like the other two people or whatever and I'll have a conversation back and forth and I'll just fucking talk, have a blown out conversation.
Mm-hmm.
And then like I either resolve it then, if not, then I fucking as soon as I get out the fucking door, I don't think about fucking anything. Because tomorrow I'm gonna fucking jump in the deep end again and start it all over again. So
That's the thing too.
why waste my fucking 10 hours of fucking free time versus and spending my time trying to dwell on it.
Yeah.
It's a drive home where you're,
Don't let it consume
music
you.
quiet.
I think that was my biggest
And you
problem.
just fucking.
Oh yeah, like
you
if
talk
I get in
yourself.
those conversations, I don't have music on, and I got an hour and 15 minutes of straight conversation to myself.
It's crazy. I mean, you're on your way to work. There's fucking the music going, radio going. Trying to wake up, and then on the way home, it's just.
Oh, don't like that. Scare the shit out.
And then on your way home, it's just like the radio's barely on, the music's barely playing. Like
But you
you're
also
talking
think
to
how
yourself,
fast
it's
you
like-
drive home versus driving to work.
Yeah.
True.
That is true. Like you're late for home for something.
Yeah. I gotta take a shit.
Am I late for home? I mean,
Dude, I think
Like I said, you got fucking 10 hours. Once you leave work, you have 10 hours before you had to be back at work. So then you got an hour and 15-minute drive after work. And then you only got fucking X amount of time to fucking take a shower, eat, and fucking do whatever you gotta do. And then go to sleep. And then wake back up to drive another hour, 15 minutes.
But in reality, all you're doing is sitting on the couch for a little bit and
Hey,
vegging out.
you come in, you fucking
Eat.
you eat.
you sit on the couch, you shower, you go to bed.
Yeah.
That's what happens.
Or you
Yeah.
or you go in
Yeah.
the garage and you fucking move a couple wrenches around because you don't have time to fucking start something. And then you fucking
Drink a beer,
drink a
and
beer.
then you come back.
One beer, just
Yeah,
one.
one,
Yeah.
Oh.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh yeah.
And then you take a shower, then you go to bed. Do it
Yeah.
all over again.
And you have a shower
That's how
beer.
it is. Shower
Yeah.
beers.
Yeah.
Yes. Shower beers are
Uh,
a necessity.
it's been a long time.
We need them.
A
It's been a long time since
necessity.
I had shower beers.
I still,
Like,
Me
I
too.
still have.
I drank more when I first started my job. I think that was the most stress and anxiety dealing with
Mhm.
micromanaging and trying to learn a job. And the conversations that you were talking about, I would continue to have them inside the house. Like if I have an argument with somebody, like I'm in bed still thinking about ways I could have responded and what the hell I'm gonna fucking do to them the next day. Like I never stop. Work
Yeah, I
never
know.
stopped. Now, like I'm
like your mind
content.
never stops.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you can have a conversation fucking whenever.
I didn't know how to shut it off. It took me a long time to figure it out.
Mhm.
But if you're not feeling anything else besides stress, then do you really want to get rid of it in a sense? Or do you want to feel numb?
Dude.
Mm.
Because if like people
You
have
need
problems,
stress.
like people
I
have
mean, you
problems
do,
when they don't feel
right?
anything.
Yeah.
You do need stress in your
A
life.
healthy amount of stress, as silly as that sounds.
And a healthy amount. But
Like that's the thing is like stress to me is like almost in a comfort thing or whatever. Like if I'm not feeling anything, I might as well feel something. In a sense,
Yeah,
like,
I get what you're
Yeah,
saying. Like,
I know, I do too.
if you're
I mean, everybody needs it.
and the only
you're
time
so
the only
down to it,
time I've ever calm is when I like my adrenaline's going. Then nothing else matters.
But
Yeah.
you're also riding dirt bikes when that happens.
Well, no, like when I'm digging, excavating or whatever, like if I'm like in a fucking shitty situation that's deep and like I gotta fucking like do like some fucking track back as I'm sticking all the way out and then track forward so I can fucking get under some shit and then
Yeah.
fucking pull dirt or something like that. Everybody's like, I'm so like, don't you get nervous and like you're fucking whatever and like panicking and this and I'm like, no, like that to me is fucking
the calm.
that is the calm. Like
Calm in the storm.
I rather do that versus to have like an open field and just fucking go ham and dig as much fucking foot as you possibly could. However, like to me, being calm is working around a fucking 6-inch fucking high pressure gas and having fucking power lines and like all this and I have to fucking do this. Like to me, like that is when I'm the most calm. is that right there. Nothing else matters besides that moment.
Yeah.
I'm glad you brought that up because people have said that to me too. Like, doesn't your husband just get so amped up and like freaked out about things like at work? And no, that's not.
And like when I was in the loader, then I had the fucking biggest pile of fucking dirt to ever move. And like I got people telling me like we need trucks, we need this and whatever. Like, give me one fucking second, you'll have your fucking wish.
Yeah.
And guess what? Like I'll go as fast as that fucking machine will possibly go. Like I could yeah. Like the machine can't go fast enough
Yeah.
when I get in that mindset. But
But that's like how you are with a lot of things in your life. It's not even just work.
right.
Like that's how you are, just in general.
Very anal.
Yeah.
I'm anal to a point.
You're anal.
You're very.
No, I am because I thought about it the other day when I finished the
Oh,
pantry.
you did? You
Yeah.
did?
Yeah.
Did he
Because
tell
if-
you that?
Because if you go in there, you'll see like the walls are not fucking mudded up and painted and shit. When I took off like the side fucking mountain bracks or whatever, or like the old bracking, I didn't mud it up and paint it. But like when I built the shelving and stuff, like I made sure everything was like to my spec. But but if you go in there, like the small little details you think of being anal about would fucking kill me. I ain't patching on those fucking holes and
No,
shit.
you're
No
not.
one else knows about it, but now everybody else knows.
No one's gonna come and inspect our
Are
pantry,
you
my
gonna go
love.
in and redo it?
No.
No, but listen,
Wow.
listen.
That's the first thing I've ever heard.
I
And
know.
look at
It's not anal.
like
I know.
look at the garage.
It's gorgeous.
Everybody says the garage is gorgeous, but I could pinpoint every fucking little fucking.
Well, me too. Well, me too.
I'm gonna go in there. I'm gonna try and.
But I
find
ain't gonna say
something.
nothing to you.
Right, but you don't have to because I already know
Don't
it.
you dare, Brandon.
I already know every single
Oh
spot.
my God. Listen,
And when I'm in there, I'll fucking look at it.
when he asked me,
I might not
okay,
say nothing.
he goes, babe, I need you to go in the pantry. I'm like, all right. So I go in there. He goes, how do you want these? And he's giving me so much information. My brain hurts.
I
Okay.
know. That's
And
what he
he's
does.
like, do you want this, or this? There's 4 options or 3 options. I can't even remember. I look at him. I'm like, I trust you and I trust your judgment. And I know you're not going to make this look like butthole. It'll be fine. Whatever you want to do. Well, what about this? I need you to just pick one because whatever happens will be great.
Yeah, but like I'm
It
not,
looks
like
gorgeous.
It's
no,
great.
but like that like
Good job,
this is gonna sound wrong, but like it's not my pantry. I'm not the fucking cook.
I
Like
know.
you're
But you know what?
right.
I
But like
trust you.
like it is, but like I want to make sure like that's your thing.
It is my thing. It's my thing because
Right.
you made it my thing.
Right.
But you did it your own way and it looks
No,
great.
I made it just the simplest way I
And I love it.
Right.
It's wonderful.
I can find all my food.
Right.
Which
I know.
that was hilarious.
Dude,
He
I
added
added fucking like 13, 15 feet. And we didn't go grocery shopping, and she used every fucking single footage in that one.
at 13 feet. And we still don't have room.
Because all my stuff was up top
And on the floor.
on the floor, all in boxes, and then I stayed at my girlfriend's house for like 2 days.
Yeah.
I come back, and I walk in there, and I'm like,
Where's my
my food?
Yeah.
And then I look down, and everything's in its own little box. All my snacks are lined up, and I'm like, this is nice.
Right.
I just walk in, I'm like, okay, I want this today in my lunchbox. I want this.
Welcome to Chelsea's OC.
Right.
It was.
Yeah, if you think Zach's anal, think of.
I already gets there.
He doesn't get it from me. Like how my house has to be clean.
And I get that from my dad.
That's what I'm saying. I didn't get that from anybody.
I used to hate it growing
I
up.
didn't get that from anybody either, but I am.
Being clean.
My dad being a fucking
Yeah, I have
machinist.
to. I have to.
Got
Just-
it within the fucking thousands.
Dude, I never touched shit. I used the, tape measure once or twice growing up. Worked on a motor here and there.
Yeah.
Failed geometry twice. and then I get a job using geometry every day,
Yeah.
tape measure, tools, all this stuff that I told myself I'd never use, and I get a job doing it. And now I can sit there and have conversations with my dad about tolerances and stuff, and he understands it. I understand it. Back in the day when my dad'd be like, I need a tolerance of this, this, and this, I'd be like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, nah. Yeah, it definitely sucked when you were younger.
Yeah. I mean, cutting wood, we'd be out when I'd interview for places and they said, do you know how to work? I'd be like, yeah, I grew up cutting and splitting wood my whole life. I think I know how to work. We
Mhm.
do, 15 plus cord a year. We burned 13 in the house in the pole barn. I said, I know how to work. Do I want to work? No, but I know how to. And
Yeah.
I hate cutting wood to this day because it was, if you didn't cut wood, you didn't have gas in your dirt bike. So I worked to make sure I had gas in my dirt bike. If I needed to do something,
Mhm.
better make sure the wood was cut, and
Mhm.
the only part of cutting wood and logging that I liked was running the genie. I
I thought you were gonna say when the day was over.
no like, and my dad goes, "Hey, I need somebody to run the boom."
Mm-hmm.
So I'm in that boom. I got four-wheel, skid steer in that bitch. I'm in booming out. He's chaining up logs, and I'm bringing them up, taking them over to the drop bucket, bringing it down. He's unhooking it. Like, to me, that's fun.
Mm.
I enjoy doing that. And once my dad understood that I prefer driving, booming, and using basically, for anybody that doesn't know Genie, think of a huge freaking forklift that booms out 20, 30 feet.
Mhm.
But, you know, I took that skill into, my factory jobs, and I hopped on a forklift and just started zooming around doing stuff. But
Mhm.
Yep.
that's the only way you'll catch me out in the woods cutting is if I'm on the machine pulling logs and stuff like that.
Mine was baling hay.
The smell was great, but
Oh, dude,
Ugh.
yeah. It's two-stroke gas and freaking
cut wood.
wood
We
chips.
do this
Mhm.
at our job now. There's jobs where that happens.
What?
What?
Cutting logs,
Um,
Come on.
cutting trees down.
yeah, that was my first or my first big job, where as a pipe layer. I had that big ass
cutting
field.
trees down.
Oh,
He
that's
said,
right.
I had
he
poison
said,
ivy fucking moss.
Oh my
he
god.
said, you ever cut down a tree? Yeah, but I don't do it often.
What a funny question.
Well, here you go. Here's a chainsaw. Start cutting.
How big was it?
Tall motherfucker. I know them.
How
Big
big?
trees.
Yeah.
Big trees. Just to clear the job site.
Hey, did they teach you how to rig or anything like that? How to no?
We had a
Nah.
claw. We had a claw on an excavator.
Basically,
And
you look
you
at
cut
the
it
tree,
down,
see
and
which way it's gonna fall.
I guess.
he literally had his boom up there with the claw, and I was at the bottom cutting, and when I cut the motherfucker, run. That's all it was.
No,
Swear to God.
he didn't teach you how to notch. Oh my gosh.
No, yeah. He taught me how to notch and shit like that. But like I was cutting trees down, and he would just, he'd grab them as they'd fall and throw them in a pile, and then I'd cut them down or cut them to pieces. Yeah, it's part of the gig.
Save all the hardwood and fucking throw away the soft.
Yep.
And then you keep the rocks.
You keep the rocks.
I can't wait to see that thing done. Cannot wait.
Yeah.
You need more rocks.
I don't know. I gotta build the wall.
Yeah, I guess. Were you building a wall and a fire pit?
You know what that is?
In a fire pit?
And
Yes.
You know what that is?
What?
It's like a beginning of February project
why February?
because we're still laid off.
How do you know?
Oh, hoping the ground fucking
Come on.
freezes.
I don't know if it will.
Why?
At this rate.
Huh?
Why?
So I can get a skid steer out here and fucking dig into the hillside
Oh,
and then
yeah.
haul all the rocks
Mm.
out.
Yeah.
Right now, I'll fuck my shit up.
It'd sink forever.
Throw on my
Mhm.
truck. Roll them down that one.
Bro.
Yeah, dig that motherfucker. It's a lot of digging.
How are you doing?
So if are we going on vacation this year at all?
No, fuck.
Is that our hobbies?
I only got 2 weeks
2 weeks for
2
what?
weeks for what?
to go on vacation this year.
Why?
Why?
What do you mean?
What? What are you talking about?
You're losing me, brother.
Huh?
You're losing me. Oh, this year, he's saying.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean,
That's right. Yeah.
I got it.
Dry humor.
Oh,
I
Wayne.
get it. I get it.
Wow, I've been with you how long and I don't even know what
Wow.
you're talking about. Jesus.
That was pretty good.
Yeah.
How stupid.
Just my damn new. I'm seeing.
Damn, Zach, I was like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Why?
Why do I have 2
Next
weeks?
year.
Oh my God. Are you drinking a beer?
Zach,
Why?
I'm fine.
So
yeah, start again.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
sorry,
like
Kevin.
I bowl for my stress relief because I find if I'm stressed out from work, the best way I find is to throw a 15-pound ball as hard as I can at pins and
Think of someone's head.
take care of anger that way. And I just so happen to be pretty good at it.
Yeah.
And I do that every year doing leagues and stuff. But like I know some guys they obviously golf.
The golfer.
Yeah.
Well, they both golf.
Yeah, playing with smaller balls. But
You do too. Your fun game in the garage.
how did
I don't know. I mean, I just feel like golf is it's a sport where,
It's expensive.
either it's very expensive, but you can get out and you can either drink heavy and just, golf shitty, or you can take it serious and it's a mind game,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and you're in your own mind instead of somebody else in your mind or whatever,
Yeah.
it's your own thing. You're having fun with the guys that you want to have fun with. So I just think it's
I think that's a great way to describe bowling also.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's somebody that you wanna do things with that
Yeah.
you can do things with.
Hmm.
You can be out there and like I said, you can drink beer and you can
Does Emma golf?
she does.
I'll
No
drive the
names.
golf cart.
No names. But
No name.
Girlfriend, shut up.
but yeah, she does. She does. She goes with me. She
Well, next time she goes, I want to drive a golf cart. We're all going.
we could actually do indoor together, all four of us.
Oh, I can't.
That'd be cool.
I can't golf.
You don't have to go.
I can't even swing it.
You can try.
I'm an idiot.
You can try.
That's one thing I love
Emma's got
about,
golf clubs.
about my girl is like I've been carrying a 190 average and
That's what it is.
Like we talked about it.
What?
she's 185.
I said that he might be in the twos, or he's
Average twos.
Oh.
or
Youth?
he was gonna be like 180 plus.
Oh, okay.
I averaged 2 until I shattered my thumb and I got the metal in it. Like I could be up to bowl and everything's going right and I'll have a close to perfect release and my thumb will just stop working. It'll just automatically stop and it'll just release the ball and it'll go right to the gutter. So that's one thing I'm scared about is I could have a perfect game going and my thumb just decides I'm not going to work anymore and then straight to the gutter and I'll have like a 290. That's like something in the back of my head all the time. But with Megan, she carries like a 185 average. So we're very competitive with each other and we shoot pretty much the same line. So,
Dry as fuck.
dry as fuck, but I also can talk to her about bowling in a way that I've never been able to talk to any of my other girl friends that I've had. when I'm talking about lane conditions are changing, rotation speeding up, slowing down, she's taking that information and using it also because we play pretty much the same.
Hmm.
And that's why, like, when I'm bowling doubles tournaments and stuff, I want her as my partner because when we're going into a tournament, one, I know she's a solid fucking partner. And two, she's not going to ignore me when
Hmm.
I say, hey, Lane's doing this, or she's noticing it and she goes, Kevin, you need to stop fucking up. It's doing this. Well, yeah.
See, that's the thing too. I think I brought once or twice last or this past year, but I mean, she's been out a couple times without me, with her mother, but um, just like the thing with, they want to learn, so they will thing.
Hmm.
And like I can tell her things, hey, do this with your wrist. Hey, step back. Hey, step forward. Stuff like this, and they learn and
I
they
think
listen.
it's
You
really
know, it
cool
it
doing that.
it is. It's really awesome to
Hmm.
to help her out and see that she's making these steps or taking these steps as a golfer just from what I have to say.
Yeah.
That also shows like how you are in your relationship too, because you're learning from each other.
Yeah.
That's growth. Is like if you're able to receive that kind of like you're not criticizing her, you're just saying, "Hey,
Helping. Yeah.
I want you to learn this because this will help this
Yeah.
example or whatever." And it's growth as a human being,
Yeah.
and you're maturing too. And it's really neat to see that like in other couples,
Yeah.
Which,
like growing. I didn't race dirt bikes, obviously, and Zach did that his whole life. But me being basically thrown into that life and like learning everything about it was really cool when we started dating. We go to the track every single weekend and we were there Friday and Saturday, or I'm sorry, Saturday and Sunday, all day long. I learned so much shit about motocross and I love watching it still. I love going to Supercross and shit and I like watching him ride. I know that man's happy as fuck out there on that track. And I know it.
Yeah, and that's another thing too, is not only my hobbies either, is it's her hobbies too.
yeah.
She loves to run. So she's
You
gotta
want to sign up for 5K.
she I will, and I will run a 5K this year. Or
This
this
is
next year.
documented, Brandon. I hope you know that.
This next year. I will run it.
Oh, you mean not in the next 2 weeks?
No, the next
I want to see you in a tough mudder. That'd be fucking
Oh,
cool.
hell no.
I'll
Come
fight
watch
my
that.
life away. I will die out there.
Die out there.
I'm serious.
Oh.
But no, it's her hobbies too, where I'm trying to be a part of too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, she likes doing 5Ks and half marathons and stuff like that. So and
Yeah.
soccer,
Yeah.
I heard about, yeah, she,
and I try to be there as much as I can
And you
to
miss her
cheer
when
her
she
on.
makes goals.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Well, when I was still shooting weddings, Zach was my second shooter for
yeah.
a few weddings. And that was,
It's really, I mean, it's fun.
I think that's the fun part of having a partner too.
Cheering somebody on,
Yeah.
kind of thing.
you are their biggest cheerleader, though. Like,
It's kind of cool.
I feel,
It's cool.
yeah. I mean, it's a companionship. You also are like, if you both enjoy it, you're competitive, like bowling.
Yeah.
The one time I beat Zach at bowling, I about shit my pants. I was like, no fucking way. By 3 pins. 3 pin. I'm like, dude.
Hmm. Took it?
No,
Do you want another beer?
No.
I already brought one. You ain't drink it. What are your hobbies, Bob?
My hobbies?
Yep,
Bub?
Bob.
I don't know. Like, obviously, motocross was like the fucking main one. I spent my whole entire life doing that. And the only reason why I branched out is because I broke my arm one year, which was my right one. And that's the arm, like the side that I'm need.
Throttle arm.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I ride with it and all that. And then since he was bowling, I joined his team during league during the wintertime. So one way to build up strength again, I fucking started bowling because that was that honor. So that's how I got into bowling. But motocross took up my whole entire life. Couldn't play baseball because baseball interfered with motocross. I could play basketball, but the only reason I couldn't do that is because I was homeschooled, and I had to go fucking do three classes at school to be eligible or some shit like that, which was fucking stupid. So I couldn't do basketball.
Not talk about golf.
Yeah, but now I play golf because fucking
Brandon.
Literally.
I
We
know.
went together to buy clubs.
I know.
Well, I got tired of fucking renting clubs. So I fucking spent enough money. Yeah, you can rent clubs, but I spent enough.
And then you said gloves.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
like, what?
Oh yeah, you could
I
rent.
couldn't use his because he's lefty. He's
Oh, yeah,
left-handed,
that's right.
and I'm fucking right.
That's
We
right.
gotta get you bowling if you're left-handed.
Alright.
Yeah,
It's a
left-handed.
natural left-handed sport.
I didn't know that.
Because everybody's 90%, well, let's not even say 90, about 98% of the field are right-handers. So we're all shooting the same oil pattern on the right side, running the oil down and to the side on the lanes. You're getting a lot of dry spots.
Well, let's go.
If you're left-handed, you got the whole left side of the lane to yourself.
Let's go bowling.
Oh,
So
he's talked about it.
You gotta
yeah,
teach me.
I want
He's
to
talked
teach you.
about it.
Yeah.
Like if you get you a
I'll
ball,
go.
I'm unteachable in bowling. I bowl like a grandmother, and that's
yeah, I mean, I'll teach. I'll work with you. We'll get you bowling and fucking all that
Fucking-
shit.
I'll bowl. That'd be fun.
Hell yeah!
I
yeah.
just went bowling like.
I know I was there.
We were there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
You were that drunk.
Yeah.
You know your name got cut off on the screen.
Brandy.
It's
Yeah.
Brandy. I called you Brandy Cinnamon.
yeah.
Cinnamon.
I was like, is that your stripper name, B?
Maybe. If I start that.
Brandy Cinnamon.
If I start
The one thing that I noticed with watching pro supercross and motocross is a lot of those guys
Don't they golf?
they golf.
Uh-huh.
So like when you said you started golfing, I kind of started chuckling to myself
Yeah.
because you know your main thing, like you said, growing up was motocross and all that, and then I hear my cousin golfs. What the
Yeah.
fuck?
I didn't.
My mom was shocked,
We
like
got
shocked
fucking.
too.
We got rained out on jobs or whatever. We would decide to go fucking golfing, or he decided. I just.
And you went with?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing too. It's not, just supercross. I mean, there's like some of the best golfers, like not obviously not pro golfers, but some of the best golfers are NBA players.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, same thing
They're
with bowling.
NFL players. Like it's a mind relaxing sport is what it is.
You know, Kevin Hart is a damn good bowler.
Really?
I never knew.
Yeah.
I
So
would have known either.
bowling has this
Well, see,
celebrity invitational.
What size ball does he use? I want to know.
Fucking 8
Eight.
pounds. Pink ball.
8 pounds.
It's the house
And
ball.
so they have
Yeah,
like
the pink ball.
Yeah.
8-pounder.
guys,
Yeah.
6 or
golfers,
whatever.
all that. And the first time I watched it, I was like, oh, celebrities, this is gonna be bullshit. And then they come out rocking like 280s on pro patterns, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like they got gorgeous throws, and I'm like, these guys are actually bowlers. Like, and
Just yeah,
like
that's
it's
crazy.
just stupid surprising to me.
Yeah.
Same thing with the golf, like you're saying. You see these celebrities
MJ
come
is
out. Yeah.
probably one of the best golfers.
That's so
He
weird.
built a course.
He has his own.
I was gonna say, doesn't he
like,
own his own course?
Oh yeah, he had it built or some shit.
Oh, you know he's good when he puts it in a movie.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Space Jam.
Mm-hmm. That is
I
true.
mean, there's MJ. There's Peyton Manning. I mean, all these guys. They're
That's kind of how I
when they
felt
retire,
I
that's what they
made
do.
Yeah.
That's
when I made my hole in one. That's how I felt.
And
Oh, you got a hole in one?
Today in the garage,
Oh.
and made Brandon chug a beer.
Dude, I got so excited. I wanted to hear about it.
No, but like
Explain what this game is.
He asked if I wanted a picture, and I thought about that. I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm gonna get sucked into this.
Listen,
motherfucker.
you gotta explain this.
It's
game.
just a little like kids game or something like.
Yeah, but explain what it is.
It's just
It's a chipping game.
Yeah, it's a chipping game, and you got like this little tarp or whatever, and it has like your whole like
Hole in one.
yeah, your hole in one, your sand and fucking water and like whatever.
It's
Yeah.
foam balls, isn't it?
Yeah, and I fucking made it.
And Brandon made this. Didn't you make that up? That rule up?
Yeah.
Like if whoever gets it, the other person has to chug a
Shot.
beer. And then Zach got 2 of them in a row almost. And Brandon's like, what the fuck? So he fucking shotgunned a beer on the.
You know, like I bought that for the Union, but also when I bought it, I was thinking, okay, this is also a game that we could play here
Mhm.
when we have get-togethers because it's like cornhole. You know, everybody fucking plays cornhole, but we're also older, and I know most people that I now hang around, you guys, play golf. So I was like, okay, I'm not a golfer,
Mhm.
He loves
but
He's good at bags.
you know, also during wintertime with Zach's perfect yet imperfect garage would be perfect for
Yes.
playing that game. And I'm super stoked you guys are playing with it because nobody at my
Well, they
fucking
played it
union-
for hours.
nobody at my union party played it. And
Even
then,
if I have it in my house, I will play it every day. And I'm telling you,
Every day.
right?
dude, Amazon.
You better get good at it.
Yeah. I thought about buying one.
I will tip every day. My
Well,
ceilings aren't high enough, but I'll play every day.
You got like a box, like a 1x1 box, and you got a 4-inch
Oh,
plastic deal in the middle
yeah,
of
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Just throw washers.
Yeah.
Thought about buying that.
That's a
You need
fun
to get
idea.
horseshoes over here. That's what you need.
Didn't you have that?
I just bought
Yeah.
and dug new pits at my parent. Dude, I gotta bring you out to my parents' house. I got 10 acres, and
Yeah.
it's.
I love horseshoes too. My dad
Mhm.
taught me the best.
I just bought.
My dad's the best at horseshoes.
I
And the
know
best
recent motherfuckers in this family.
My dad can tell you horseshoes. He's good. He's good.
He's also good at building ice sculptures too.
Very good. Yeah. He does that.
Every year he builds a new ice sculpture in front of his house.
Really?
He built like a lion's, like he built
Detroit Lions.
like the lion's name
Yeah.
and then the field in front of it out of like snow and ice.
Didn't he dye it blue?
Diet blue. Yeah. Fucking sweet.
That's fucking cool.
Didn't he have an igloo one year?
Igloo, he built the dragon.
Yeah.
A bunch of shit.
Yeah. It was fucking cool.
So he's an artist. I mean, that's what he is. You know,
Yeah.
like when I was a kid, we were sitting at a table and he would, you know, I'm sitting across from him and he just grabs a piece of paper and a pencil, you know, and I'm sitting there and he would draw me sitting there. Like that's
Aw.
how much of an artist he is, you know.
That's cool.
That's what I like. I want in my future. I want him to draw me a tattoo, like before
Yeah.
he goes or whatever, you know.
Mhm.
I want him to do that for me. Draw a tattoo and then get a tattoo on me.
That'd be badass,
Fuck yeah.
dude.
I mean, he's an artist.
That would be really cool.
Yeah.
Don't get me started on tattoos.
Yeah, no shit.
That would be our ad for this one.
Oh, good.
Yeah. We will start a whole
We're
nother,
sponsored by Audria and the Flesh Tattoo.
one.
I love it. Well, thank you guys for joining me today. You did great. Was that hard?
That was fun.
Was it?
Yeah.
Dude, I'm very glad you sat down and actually did this.
I'm very proud.
You did very well.
We went way over time.
Yeah, we did. Like, honestly, this is the best podcast I've ever had.
Yeah.
Literally. I'm not even joking. That was great.
The talking was very smooth.
Easy.
Easy going.
I did. Like I said, I didn't know how good I was going to do because,
You did great.
like, if I was by myself, I'd be.
No, it's
so
like with him and like
You'd be
you know,
looking at the
like
camera like
Yeah.
that.
yeah.
Yeah, and the camera's up there. Did you know that?
No, I didn't look at it once. Oh.
Did you know it was up there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of why, like, I want to do one where, you know, everybody's just chilling out there. you know,
Literally.
having fun and everything. And I'll just set the mic down, set the camera up, or we don't even have to have the camera.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Thank you both for talking with me. I know I force you, but you. I'm just kidding. But, anyways, thanks.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it.
No problem.
That was
Thank you.
Will you do it again?
Maybe.
Maybe.
If you drink enough beers, I think. All right, that was Hanging with Hayes. See ya.
All right,
How long was that?
2 hours.
Holy shit.